Welcome to the verse.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Verse Crypto channel. We are the most savage and degenerate crypto community out here. Thank you again for tuning in. I have a very special opportunity today to meet with Vibra Finance. We are super excited to have Lindsay and Adam come on today, and we are just going to talk for a minute. How are y'all doing?
We are fantastic, man. Thanks for having us. We were talking a little bit before we jumped on here, so exciting times, even though we're in a bear market. There's a lot of things going on, so.
Hey, I think if you understand what's happening, the bear market can be a beautiful thing. Would you agree with this?
Amen. Absolutely.
And I think that's really kind of the root of why we're here today. I know just from talking with you guys before and some of the conversations that we've had, we have like a really similar vision as to kind of what we're doing. I mean, even with our lives and with this dream here that we have in crypto, I think a lot of us have our own kind of dreams and aspirations of what we want out of crypto. And for me, it's kind of like to educate those around that don't understand it. I think I understood that was most important when I onboarded my own grandparents into cryptocurrency, people who can kind of understand that it might have some value, but really don't know what to do or how they would get started. They would just buy a Bitcoin or a Dogecoin because that's what they heard. So would you tell us a little bit about what it is that you guys do over at Vibra?
Good.
Yeah. Well, we are here for the same reason. We are here to educate you and to empower you to have all of the skills and tools you need to be successful out of the gate with crypto. Adam is our expert, and we are so lucky to have him on board.
So, Adam, I guess here's a good time to put a disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, but what we are kind of getting into is truly is kind of financial advice that is backed by research of the market and what's going to be taking place in the market and who's playing in the market. So have you done a lot of research that was what's given you these qualifications that you think this needs to be shared? It's this extensive amount of research that's pointing in kind of like this overall direction for you?
100%. I got into crypto back in 2017 while I was living in Vegas at the time, and I was just playing poker, kind of higher stakes. I just kept hearing crypto. This was October 2017. So it was kind of right at the end of the bull run. So I just threw some money into Chainlink and watched it go crazy and then crash back down to nothing. So I just kind of forgot about it for a little bit. And then when COVID kind of hit, it gave me the chance to really take a deep dive and start doing research and in depth into projects out there. Before I was just kind of buying stuff and holding it here and there. I got into Hex early, which was great, but COVID actually was the opportunity that opened up the time to put in the research. And like kind of what you were saying, it's a full-time job. There's so much going on in crypto 24/7. If you put your phone away or kind of just tune out for a couple of days, you feel like you're out of the loop.
Sure.
You got to constantly be in it, constantly be engaging. And if you don't have the time to do that,
we do. That's what we're here for.
Call us.
Exactly. And I think maybe some people, fail to realize the lack of, the amount of research that goes into what's all out there on the blockchain. There's so much that you could dig your heels into that it is like walking into a candy store and trying to realize what's going to work best for me. What am I going to like most? So question about that DeFi summer. Did you pick anything out of that candy store that worked well? That was just like, I'm going to throw my money here and see what it does. And anything perform well for you in that COVID summer?
Yes. Before Matic was the best performing coin by far. I got into that late 2019 and right around big payday. So it was just under a penny. So that was the first coin that I had witnessed to a 300x, in front of my eyes.
And you were hooked. Was that the moment you were hooked?
Yeah. I was hooked before that. Watching Richard's videos really opened my eyes up to what crypto is. I was huge into, not huge, but I was following XRP. I was following the basic, guys when you have 15 minutes to watch a video, Crypto Lark and Benjamin Cowan and just some of the bigger names out there just to try to see what was going on. But once I had more time to do research, you start to see that there's people out there, and almost every project has now a Twitter. They have a Discord. They're doing live AMAs. Their website. They got to look at their team. There's so much to look at, and everyone is so accessible now that it takes a lot of time and effort. But once you kind of know what you're looking for, you can start, the red flags come up immediately. So you can start seeing what's good, what's not, what you like. And like I said, it's a learning experience. Always. We're still learning every day. And like you said, back in that DeFi 2020 summer, I mean, it was madness. And then those are the times why we're here, for those pumps again.
Absolutely. And I think, just from, like I say, our previous conversations, we've got an idea of the things that are going to really pump big in the future. And I think that's what the audience has to come to understand, is that there's people, we're out here doing the research for you, and we're trying to communicate it clearly across. But one barrier that I see in what we do is, for us, for instance, for our channel, for instance, we don't always necessarily cover a project that has been audited, or there may be something about it that, is a red flag, or it would say, for instance, if it was listed on Pulse hot list and sent into an aggregator, it would show back X, Y, and Z is wrong with this project. But for us, we are more so like these investigative style reporters, and we want to shine lights on projects, even if we think maybe these guys are not legit. We want to give people the information and make it accessible to them to make their own decisions. So my question is going further into that and kind of giving financial advice. How do you protect yourself in an industry like you guys are trying to create Vibra in? How do you protect yourself?
It's a slippery slope. So we are consultants so it's only consulting that we do technically. And you have to sign waivers that say that, this is basically educational advice, and anything you do is going to be based on your own research after our consultation. And it's it's a tough thing to do on your own.
That's why we're so selective with our clients. We really have, our clientele base is very tight, and we intend to keep it that way as we grow, so that we can continue to foster the education of the newcomers coming into crypto and interested in education. There's many facets for that, like someone who doesn't understand crypto to someone who already understands crypto but is looking for ways to diversify their assets. So you come to me when you're like, help, I'm a noob, I'm knocking on the door. I'm like, hey, welcome, come on in, have some tea with me. And if you're like, no, I'm good on tea, I want to go sling it with Adam, I want to know what's good. He's the one who keeps you up to speed on what's quality and new, not what's hot and new. There's a difference there. So being able to bifurcate that traffic in the early days is not easy, because we have, it's early days. And until that network effect really clicks in, it'll be too late for everybody else that's watching this video in 5 years to really get ahead of that game,
Sorry for that. But that's kind of the business that we're in. and you do have to be selective, and that makes a lot of sense, is that you choose who you guys are dealing with, and you know, you guys have them obviously under you know, some waivers and some contract types of situations. So that's awesome to think, because when you think moving forward, like, you guys could become a DAO. Your company itself could become a DAO. The same thing with what we're doing here. We could become a DAO with the things that we're going to end up dabbling in. So I'm really excited to hear that you guys are going, you know, out there and going that route where you know, as opposed to us, we're trying to cater to a large audience. You guys are more so trying to find that niche, trying to be very selective, and trying to really bring those solid investors, is really probably who they are, into the space, which could help build a DAO in some of the most amazing ways I can only imagine, when you have that tight knit group that you guys are trying to build. So that's awesome to know that, like, super serious investors that, you know, are struggling with the dollar right now and where to put their money, could come and talk to people like you and be comfortable moving a large sum of money, because these people now are understanding the direction of where they're putting their money and what it's doing. So you feel like you have a really good grip on being able to communicate that to your clients?
100%. And that's a huge part of it, is that trust factor. Is, you know, I was in commercial real estate for 10 years before I got into crypto. And the reason I left is because I was getting screwed on commissions, and landlords were able to do that and get away with it. And it just got to the point where I was sick of getting screwed over. So, you know, being that opportunity in real estate let me meet business owners. It let me meet, you know, a lot of number oriented people. You know, crypto and real estate kind of go together in a sense. You know, you're
Assets.
always in, exactly. You know, you're looking at numbers, you're looking at your lines, and so a lot of the guys that I worked with in commercial real estate, they saw what I was doing with crypto. So it naturally kind of just, you know, transitioned, and it was a great spot for me to kind of pick up and have kind of a client base to begin with. And once you build that trust with those people that, look, I'm doing this crypto thing, I'm serious about it, and they see that, you know what you're talking about, you meet with them, they trust you, and then they start buying coins on their own after you present them with all the research. And once those coins start performing, they start telling a friend, or everyone's got a crypto buddy that they talk with. So it's gaining that trust, and then slowly, you know, people start, you know, it just works its way out. But, you know, taking money is something we can't do. And that's the fine line. So just making sure it's consulting, it's educational advice, and just coming with as much research and knowledge as possible. And, you know, everyone's different. Everyone is at a different point in their life, and a plan for what is perfect for you could be, you know, detrimental to me. So it's key also to see where people are and have the ability to have a short-term vision of you know, if they want something that's very risky, if you want something that is long-term and has partnerships. You know, if you look at the top coins out there, you know, like HBAR, for example, the partners that they have out there with Avery Dennison, with the Chinese shipping magnates out there, Atma for the retail, you start seeing the same names and partnerships being signed. So, you know, it's just, yeah.
You're laying out the bigger picture for people and doing it for people that may already have like a higher intellect when it comes to investing in assets, but just don't get the crypto side of things. So I really applaud you guys for what you're doing. It's benevolent. Did you say you're not taking money? Is that what you said? So
a lot of the guys that I talk with just say, here, can I just give you money and have you just invest it? And that is illegal. That's where I would be getting in trouble. So making sure that I'm not doing any of that. Everything that and people invest as their own money, and they did it, based on their own research, not what I told them to do.
Sure.
Making that clear. And then, that's what working with people that you trust and you build a rapport with. Because, if cryptos are volatile, if someone's having a bad day and they just want to blame you for whatever reason, that can be detrimental. You never know how Richard's little frivolous $500 lawsuit, look at that, made Fox News. You know what I mean? A little civil suit that he didn't even want to go to. It would have cost him more to fly to, but yet that's getting brought up. So it's just being very careful and not doing anything that's we know is risky, and just people understand what we're doing. We're here to help, and at the end of the day, we have kind of a track record and people that referrals that we could give you to talk to and stuff like that.
So that makes me wonder, do you guys ever intend on putting this business on chain?
There are so many plans for the future, but to manifest things, well, you have to do it quietly. So,
all right. I like that answer. That's definitely a good answer. Yeah, I would answer in the same exact way if you asked me that question. So definitely like that for sure. Because it seems like it could definitely help change education in crypto altogether. When I think about a treasury that's set aside that a certain amount maybe comes out for crypto education, this is just a niche that is like just begging to be carved into by people like us that are working quietly, that are doing the legwork in the background, and that maybe are doing things that don't seem like they're going to pay off now, but will later, and may eventually evolve into something else. So I think it's super awesome that you guys are in this education side of things. And it's really nice because most of the time we're interviewing and doing AMAs with, the blockchain developers and the CEOs of those companies. But it's nice to talk to some CEOs and some COOs of company that's actually has a similar vision to what I have envisioned for my side of what we do here at the Verse. And so our goal is just to continue to bring to light great DeFi projects all across different boards, and to bring those great investors in from other communities and get a chance to do networking at things like Pulsecon. So is that where like you guys are meeting a lot of new clients? Or so you say, you have an old kind of source list of clients and people that you've worked with in the past. Are you actively networking to meet new people and new investors as well?
Always.
Always.
Always. There's always an opportunity to connect with somebody on the other side. And we're discovering that the more we're out here, and the reason that we're out here intermingling in so many different crypto communities is because there's so much networking to be done.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just going to keep growing and expanding. And even speaking of that, we wanted to mention here today about some work that you guys have done and put forth. We have got the first Pulse Masters going to be taking place. I think it's did you say the day before Pulsecon, September the 5th, correct?
Well, Pulsecon's a couple days after that. There's a different schedule for that, but Pulse Masters is the kickoff event for the week of Pulsecon. We're just giving Pulsecon its whole own week with a couple social events on the forefront. And the kickoff event is absolutely the golf tournament, Pulse Masters. I'm so excited about it.
That is going to be awesome. So is this a ladies exclusive tournament? It's just being put on by the ladies?
No, actually it is. Its intention is to kick off KSB TV coming out and spreading the word countrywide about Pulsechain. And so now that things have been delayed, this is the way that we can continue to keep that excitement coming and all these new things coming cross-chain, and celebrate as a community together with an activity that's fun, that can bring awareness to the cryptos that we own, intermingling and networking. So what better way to do it than getting on the green. So at 7 a.m., you can join Adam and I for the green for some networking, crypto, and some fun. And then at 1:30 in the afternoon, in the morning, it's best ball, I believe. Anyway, I apologize for not knowing like the specifics on that, but there's a scramble and a best ball at 1:30 is the more unique side of things, and perhaps more 18th hole-ish aspect of the golf tournament. So if you're like party in the front, business in the front, party in the back kind of thing, like 7 a.m., 1:30 p.m. But either way, the entire day is going to be filled with people coming together and celebrating cryptocurrency at the end of the day. And the way we are sponsoring a hole, we're looking for sponsors. We need some help bringing more eyes into crypto, more women into crypto. We have a couple professional golfers that may be interested, but we need some help getting all eyes on us.
Absolutely. So everybody, you heard that. We're going to be there at the September the 5th. Well, they're going to be there. I'm not going to be there. Sadly enough. I'm not going to be able to make it, but you know what? Chris might be able to go. I'm going to talk to Chris about it and see if he can go. So we've got that kicking off. And I just think that's great, man. We need that. And not only do we need, the Pulsecons and Hexicons to get together, right? We need mindsets like what you guys have, and to bring that in and to not be afraid to talk about maybe some of the taboo things that are taboo to Hexicons, like maybe H-bar or something else that's going on. I like some things on Binance Smart Chain. I think that's really awesome that you guys can go there and you can be who you guys are. What I'm saying is, folks, these people right here, they understand the same thing that we here at The Verse understand. And there are some cryptocurrencies. These are what I call blue chip cryptocurrencies, currencies that you can't miss out on, that you need to have when it comes to truly being financially sound and ready in the world that we live in today. Okay, this is a serious thing to understand. And you can come to people like these people right here, and you can come to our channel to get this information. And I do want to announce that we are going to be upgrading our camera setup, and we're going to be explaining more about some of these blue chip cryptos in some upcoming videos. And hey, I would love to have you guys on the channel at the time, and we can really bust down some stuff about some other things people need to buy outside of that Hex and Pulse Chain community.
Yeah, I'd love to. For example, so say you heard about Vibra Finance and you owned some XLM and you owned some Cardano, and you called me up and said, hey, I heard about you. I want to, come meet with you. And I went there and sat down with them and said, no, sell everything and just put it all in the Hex. It wouldn't fly. I need to understand what Cardano is doing. I need to understand what Stellar's doing. DeFi is just coming there, what they're doing with MoneyGram to do with the cross-border transactions. So, just having knowledge and knowing what these other people own. So I can just talk to them about the stuff that they own and start there. So just having the knowledge of owning coins that they own, or, stuff that other people in the Hex community, it's taboo to talk about. Like you were saying, I have to know that stuff, or else what good am I? If I just tell you to sell everything and buy Hex, and, you work a full-time job, you only own Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're going to go online and you're going to Google Hex and you're going to see Richard Hart and all this shenanigans, and you're going to think I'm crazy if it just at a first glance. So, it's knowing it's knowing communities, knowing the people you're working with, and, everyone is in this for the same thing. We all have our communities individually, but all ships rise together. And the future is interoperability. And when we go down to New York City for the NFT.com meetup that we went to in June, and everyone in there had an NFT that was a Genesis key. That's what you needed to get in there. And no one knew about Pulsechain. It was shocking. So for everyone just to take for granted that everyone's going to find out about Pulsechain, everyone knows, not everybody knows. Very few people actually know. We're a small community. We need to be as loud as possible, and we need as many eyes as possible to come on into Pulsechain, because at the end of the day, if you make a lot in Pulsechain or PulseX, you want to take profits on, where are you going to put that money? A lot of people are going to say Hex. So, not financial advice or anything, but
there's other options. And that's what I think the most important part about understanding the rapidity of the technology that is at hand. Most people don't understand that when the smartphone came out in 2006 or 2007, when the iPhone came to be what it was, we saw the largest spike in humanity of technology and its effect on humanity. This is bigger than when the wheel came out, bigger than when the light bulb came out. This is exponentially greater. We're talking about bigger than any coin you could ever, 10 million X. We're talking huge numbers in comparison to these other advancements of technology. And when we look at blockchain and we think about it, it's imperative for new users to understand that we are still in the ground floor era to where you can get in and understand and be able to get assets before they become what they're going to become. But that time window and span moves very quickly, and it's small. And who knows, it could be that same exact way for Pulsechain. We could see, a small time window where things go up and shoot up and do what Hex did, and then maybe never see it return again. Who knows? We can only speculate in this market. But we can understand that Pulsechain is not the only thing that's out there. We can understand that interoperability is coming. We can understand that these are rapidly advancing technologies. And if you don't have someone that you're listening to on YouTube, if you don't have a financial advisor of sorts, a consultant that can tell you what's going on, you're going to be up a creek without a paddle buying meme coins that you don't understand. So guys, just take note that this technology is advancing so rapidly, but people are out here and we are dedicated to following and tracking what it is doing and the purpose that it serves. These are more than just fake monies on the internet. This is a lot more than that. So we've got to grip our head around the timing of this. This is happening very fast, and you can get in and understand, but it's going to be up to you to find someone that can guide you and lead you, because I'm going to tell you, it's tough if you're doing this thing by yourself. You got to be an avid reader. You have to have a great attention span. You need to be ready to read a lot.
Yep. Yeah. And you do. And even for people that are hesitant to get into crypto, there's ways of exposure to crypto without even having to own coins. You can go into sites like Link2 if you're an accredited investor, and you can buy into pre-sales for Ripple. The Coinbase was on there for $10 a share. It launched at $3.50. So people crushed it on there. So right now, Kraken is available. Uphold is available. Or no, not Uphold. Link2, the actual platform, is releasing a stock. So there's ways, if you're accredited, to have exposure to crypto without even buying coins. And then for people that aren't accredited, stocks that like MoneyGram, who are owned by Stellar. We found that stock at $3. It's at $10.50 or something right now. So during this depression, this collapse of the stock market, MoneyGram has done a 300% jump.
So you're just putting all this stuff in your toolkit while people are out here whining and crying. And that's the same thing that we're doing over here. So we can't do more besides tell you guys, give you our links, give you our socials, let you know that we're available. We take DMs. We're here to give you guys information. So I really appreciate you guys coming on today. And I really hope to get to talk to you more in depth on things like interoperability and what all plays a role into that. I'm excited to be able to follow up and have a maybe even a more professional interview.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Yeah, anytime you want. I'd love to. We'd love to come on. It's specific for, we look at a lot of stuff on the XRP ledger, Sologenics and Corium and some of the stuff there. A lot of stuff, DeFi and HBAR on Hedera is just starting. The Zeus marketplace NFTs on there are huge. Quant with the interoperability. People talk about the ISO 222 standards. Well, Quant has their own standard, the TC 307. So there's just so much that is going on that is just exciting and is going to survive the test of time. And we're out here finding those projects that will ultimately, be the stuff we're talking about. Oh my God, I wish I loaded up on that. Why did I not buy more in the future?
For all the newbies who did not understand what he just said, what he's saying is Quant is a good buy.
Just DCA, the dollar cost average. Right now people are thinking the bottom is in. I don't think it is. I think their max pain is what the market deals out. And one more leg down, Bitcoin to like 12K, where Richard called it. I think we're going there. I think a tether collapse is potential. I mean, we have the Ripple case, that could go bad. Maybe, I doubt it. And then Kevin O'Leary, who I follow closely, he predicted the Voyager and Celsius collapses on an interview. And he said liquidations coming in the market. I don't know who. And 2 weeks later, boom. And he just, an interview last week said that those liquidations weren't big enough to signal the bottom is in, that there's going to be a monumental liquidation because there's way too much leverage in these markets. So guys like that know. So, be careful. Don't just unload everything. You got some time to DCA in. If you have $1,000, put a couple $100 in every couple weeks. Don't go crazy. Set limit. Yeah.
Set your limit orders. Set them here, some here, some here, some here, some here. And if you get down to here, yoo-hoo. But if you got down to here, then you got something and you've planned for it. You have an call to action. Your call to action is to get down to the next one. And if you don't, then you're not losing sleep over it because you already have a plan for it. And if you don't have a plan for it, call us. That's what we're here for.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, my favorite project on the Binance Smart Chain that you guys should get in on right now. It's at a great buy-in right now. It's called Drip. Have you guys heard of it?
I have not, but I definitely have some stuff on there, some gaming stuff, the Altura, Cetify. I have Poker is a blockchain poker game that's coming. So I have some DGen plays, but no, I'm definitely going to look into it.
This is a 1% a day recompound, and you can recompound it over 700 days. And I think we've had ours in since we started with one drip token, and we've recompounded it it's at 78 tokens.
Wow.
So
has the price held steady?
The price has not held steady. The price has gone all the way back down. We're getting completely ate up right now. But I would say, since we're making some kinds of predictions here about some things we might think would happen, I would see in the next bull run this token around 300, 350 is what it's looking. So I'm definitely super excited about that, because you can max your account out at 100,000 drip. So you can really start recompounding when this thing gets up high. You start at about 50 drip, you start making 1 drip a day. So it gets to the point where if you're continually recompounding, you're creating something that's going to pay you for the rest of your life. So it's a pretty awesome protocol. You guys should check it out.
Money plus time plus compounding equals generational wealth. And that's not speaking to like that project itself, but that is the formula, right? And there is a recipe, and then who knows what the end result is. We're not done mixing.
That's the best way you could put it. Well, thank you again for coming on, guys. I could probably chat with y'all forever, but this meeting is about to end. So I will talk with you the next time. And thank everybody for tuning in today. And we will see y'all. Hopefully y'all go meet my friends here at the Pulse Masters golf tournament, kicking off the Pulsecon, and says September 5th. 7 a.m. And we're going to post all the links to that and the socials down below, guys. So thank you very much. And we'll see y'all the next time.